Hi there, welcome to Gingerbread DIY. I'm Sarah. Thanks so much for joining me today. Today I've got a special video for you. We're going to make some gingerbread Valentine DIYs. Yes, that's a thing. So stay tuned to see how we do it. For this first DIY, we're going to go back to our Christmas stash and we're going to pull out two of these felt gingerbread men kits that the Dollar Tree sold. I'm going to pull two of these guys out of their packaging and then we are going to do some stitching on them. Now I'm going to use some embroidery floss. I just picked this up at Michael's, but you can get it at like Walmart or any craft store. And it comes with 6 individual strands. You're going to pull out 3 of those strands. That's what I kind of like to work with. You can do however many strands you want, but we are going to make a blanket stitch around our entire gingerbread men. Now, if you don't know how to do a blanket stitch, you might want to watch some video tutorials. There are people that do it way better than I do as far as teaching, but it is a very, very easy and simple stitch to do. And I will try to explain it to you here. It's a little more difficult with these longer strands of embroidery floss, just to kind of show you, but basically you can see that the thread is coming up from the front. So you're going to push your needle in through the material from the back so that it would like kind of whip stitch around the side of your gingerbread man. But before you pull that thread all the way through, you're going to have a loop here and you're going to put your needle in through that loop and that creates the blanket stitch. And you just kind of keep going around, keeping your stitches as even as possible. I've showed you in a different video that sometimes if I'm doing a lot of blanket stitching and I want them to look very precise, I will add a couple of marks on my thumbnail there just so I can kind of keep the spacing even. But it's a simple stitch and really easy to do. I actually just taught my 9-year-old daughter how to do the blanket stitch not too long ago. But here's how they look when they are completely stitched up, and I think they are adorable. Now, again, recalling some of our Christmas decor that we bought from the Dollar Tree, I had these little stockings, and I'm just going to use one of these wood heart ornament DIY things from the Dollar Tree as a template. I'm going to trace around that with a pencil and then just cut the material out. And if you don't have these little stockings, you can use any material you'd like. There are plenty of different kinds of materials you can buy at any of the craft stores around. And then, of course, do a blanket stitch around your heart as well. And I went ahead and kept that kind of batting that was inside the stocking as a backer for my little heart. Then taking the cuff of the stocking, I'm going to clip off some of that kind of, it's not really burlap material, but that material that's just at the top there. And I'm going to stamp the word love onto that. Now I'm going to use my scissors and just kind of clip down our little tag a little bit just so that it's not quite so bulky. I just wanted it to be a little more closer to the words. And then I'm going to use my fingernails just to pull out some of those strands to kind of make it look a little rustic and a little farmhouse. I'm kind of having, those farmhouse feelings with this DIY. So then we will just add our word. I'm going to use some tacky glue here. You can use any kind of glue you want. I probably wouldn't use hot glue necessarily, but any kind of a like liquid glue that's a little bit thicker would work perfectly here. So I'm just going to spread that on the back and then I will attach that to the front of my heart. For the sign itself, I'm going to use one of these pennant banners from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to take off all that paper and then I'm going to paint it white. And then we're going to go in with some of the Waverly chalk paint called Mineral and a dry chip brush. And we're just going to dry brush that mineral color onto our board. And then I'll just kind of go back and forth with the mineral and white just to kind of soften it up and just dress it how I like. So you'll see I just kind of go back and forth. I've got both white and the mineral on my board or on the little pad there, and I just keep going back and forth until I'm happy with it. Now we're going to attach our gingerbread men to the board. Now I kept these gingerbread men simple. I decided not to do any faces on them. I just wanted them to just kind of be background mostly for our heart. But if you wanted to, you definitely could add some cute little faces using some puff paint, or fabric markers. I probably wouldn't use like Sharpies. I think they might spread too much on that felt. But I would definitely try some puff paint for that. So now we're going to make a bow. I've got this burlap ribbon that I purchased from Walmart, and I am going to kind of cross it over itself. This is kind of a loose awareness ribbon is what they call that. And then you just kind of pinch the center, and then I'm going to tie it off with a little bit of cotton twine that is a light brown color that matches the burlap pretty well. And I'll just tie that off in the back to create our bow. And then I'm going to use my scissors here and just dovetail those ends to make it look cute and finished. And my scissors were giving me a little bit of a problem. I think I need to purchase some new sharp scissors. So now I was kind of playing around with it. I was like, do I just want the bow? And I kind of decided that it needed something else. So I went into my stash and got some of the Walmart lamb's ear out. And I'm just going to put a couple of pieces of lamb's ear on each side. And this is how our cute little sign turned out. I think this is so farmhouse and rustic, perfect for Valentine's Day. Now, I lost the footage for part of this DIY, and I have no idea how that happened, but I am going to walk you through it and everything will be okay. So I've got one of these hearts from the Dollar Tree. These are kind of the bigger ones. It came in a package that had the smaller hearts and the bigger hearts in pink, plain, and red. And so I'm just going to paint one of the bigger hearts in the Waverly chalk paint in Ballet. And then these home signs came from the Dollar Tree as well. They're a 2-pack, I believe, and they were in the Crafter Square section. So I painted them with the Waverly chalk paint in Pink Sky. I am loving this color. It's kind of a dusty pink, dark pink color, and it is just gorgeous. So using my Posca paint pen, you guys know I love this paint pen. I am going to do some dashes and dots around both of these homewards, and yeah, so now we're going to work back on our pink heart, and I am just going to hand write the word sweet. If you want to use stickers here, you can, or vinyl, or if you want to trace a word and then go in with your paint pen, you can do that too. However you want to add your word to this is perfectly fine. But I'm going to add a couple of little dots on some of the letters, and then I'll go around my heart with a dash dot dot pattern to change it up a little bit. For the base of our sign, I was loving these new signs that the Dollar Tree is carrying. These were so cool, and I am just giving it a dry brush of white. I was originally just going to go in with white, and then I got a little crazy with this, but I actually like how it turned out. So I was going in with a white, and then I went in with a little bit of mineral from Waverly, of course. And then I decided that the lines needed to be blacked in. So I went in with a paintbrush and got a little crazy with the paint kind of getting all over the place. But I was like, it's okay. I'm just going to dry brush over the top of it. But I didn't let it dry. So it kind of mixed in. And actually, I really do like the way that this turned out. So I kept just kind of going back and forth with the white, the mineral, and then just kind of that gray color that was created from the black that I added into the cracks there. And I just really like how this distressed. I think it turned out perfect. Now you're going to see where I mentioned that I lost the footage of some stuff. So those little houses down at the bottom were ornaments from Michael's. And when I saw them, I thought they made perfect little gingerbread houses. So I painted 3 of them with a ballet slipper from Waverly and 3 of them in pink sky. And then I just added some cute little hearts with my white Posca paint pen and painted 3 of those smaller hearts white. And that finishes off this project. I love how this one turned out. Home sweet home. I think it is just too cute. Today's video is a collaboration with my sweet friend Jackie from Crafting in a Mimi's World. She's the queen of gingerbread DIYs, and we decided why not carry those gingerbread DIYs that we love at Christmas into Valentine's Day. Jackie is an amazing crafter, and if you've never been over to her channel, I'll link her video for today with her 10 gingerbread Valentine DIYs and her channel link. Go check her out. Tell her I said hi and that I sent you over, and give her some love. For our next DIY, we're going to use 4 of these wood dice from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to paint 2 of them in pink sky and 2 of them in ballet slipper. And then I'm going to paint 4 of the little gingerbread men from the Dollar Tree with the Waverly in hazelnut. Now, I got into my letters that I picked up from the Dollar Tree, and I was like, ooh, I have all the letters. Oh, I don't have O. So I am going to create an O by taking off the little tail of the Q, and that will work out perfectly. I'll just sand it down after I kind of cut it off, and it works perfectly. And you'll see it here in a few minutes that you can't even tell that that was ever a Q. So if you don't have the squares though from the wood dice from the Dollar Tree, don't worry about it. You can use any square piece of wood for this, or like the dice, you can just paint those up, like the square dice from the Dollar Tree, the foam ones, you know what I'm talking about? I know you do. You can paint those up and use that here too. So I'm just going to dry brush our little dice with the Waverly in mineral, and as you could see up there, I painted our letters in mineral as well. Now I'm going to decorate my little gingerbread men. I decorated 2 of them that have like 2 little layers of icing, and I'm just keeping these guys pretty simple by using some little black eyes and a little black mouth. And then I'm going to go in and, like this guy here, I'm going to do the ballet slipper little hearts for his cheeks, and then his buttons will be little hearts too. And then so I did that with 2 of them in the ballet slipper, and then 2 of the gingerbread men I did the hearts in the pink sky, and you'll see that here in a minute because I wanted to make those a little bit opposite of the dice that we're going to be sitting on. Now, using my Posca paint pen, I'm going to add some polka dots. I love polka dots to our words here, or our letters, I should say. Now, using our hot glue gun, I am just going to hot glue our letters right to the front of our dice here. And as you can see now, it says love and everything's attached. Now we're going to just add a little bit of hot glue to the feet of our gingerbread men, and then we're going to set them on top. And as you can see there, I painted a couple of those little hearts with the pink sky, and so the ones with the pink sky will sit on the light pink hearts, and the ones with the light pink hearts will sit on the dark pink hearts. You kind of get what I'm saying there, I hope. So there you go. These guys turned out so adorable. I just adore these. All right, for this DIY, I'm going to use a gingerbread man that I purchased from 24 Hour Crafts, and I'm going to stamp on his face using these Peachy Keen stamps. I'll link these guys down below. I love these stamps. They're such good quality, well worth the investment. And then I'm going to use some archival ink from Ranger to ink my face on. Now you can see I added some painter's tape to my gingerbread man, and that's just because I wanted to cover up the eyebrows. I didn't really want eyebrows on my gingerbread man, so I just used some painter's tape to block off the eyebrows, ink up the face, and then make sure you take that paint off because, or that painter's tape off, because it will mark your gingerbread man. But once you take that painter's tape off, there won't be any ink on the eyebrows and you'll just get that face. So I just painted this guy up pretty simply, adding in the pink for the little face and hearts, adding the frosting. You guys know the drill by now. And now we're going to use some of these little heart stickers I got from Michael's, these little wood heart stickers. I'm going to add them to a little bit of pink baker's twine and my little gingerbread man hold these little string of hearts. How cute is this? Now I have these two wood hearts from 24 Hour Crafts. I ordered one of their mystery boxes, and these two things came in that box. It was a fun little surprise to see what I got. And I just really had so much fun with some of these products. So I painted that outside heart in pink sky, the inside heart with the ballet slipper, and now I am going to add a little bit of mineral for a dry brush. So as you can see, most of these projects kind of fall into that farmhouse rustic feel, and they all coordinate together perfectly. So now I'm going to put my little gingerbread man onto my heart, but I wanted to make sure that he was poking out enough that I could glue the smaller heart into it because I wanted it to look layered. And as you can see, it worked out perfectly. So I love this one too. For our last DIY, I'm going to use this tag sign. I'm going to paint the tag in a ballet slipper, and then I have this love word from the Dollar Tree, and I painted that with pink sky. Now I'm going to use some washi tape to mark off some strips. I'm going to make the classic kind of farmhouse ticking stripes, I guess. I think that's what they're called. You'll have to correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's what they're called. And I'm just going to use a couple different sizes of washi tape to mark that off. And then I'm going to pull off the tape, and those areas in between the two tape lines and that bigger area, I'm going to just use a makeup sponge to dab on the pink sky. Now, you definitely go check out Jackie's channel. She's got 10 gingerbread Valentine DIYs for you guys. She's amazing. I was going to try and get 10 out this time, but I had some stuff going on in my life and I just couldn't get around to getting 10 of them done. But Jackie is definitely a rock star. She is amazing and she is wonderful. So I have this little gingerbread girl. This also came from 24 Hour Crafts. I just marked off the area that I wanted to paint a little dress on and her bow. And then I'm just going to go in and paint this up accordingly. So the dress is the pink sky. Her little body is the hazelnut from Waverly. And I'm just going to add, just paint it up. I love these little 24-hour craft guys. They're so cute. So I went ahead and used my stamp again to stamp on her face as well. And now I'm going to go in and just paint a couple of little hearts using hearts are so easy. They're like a V with a thick top. So I just kind of mark a V and then, hearts are super easy. So I'm just using a little thin paintbrush there to create those hearts and then some little polka dots on her bow. And that just really completes her. She's so cute. So I went in with my Posca paint pen, did some polka dots on the love, just all over, you guys know I love those polka dots. And then I'm going to go in and dry brush our tag with the mineral from Waverly. And this is just a brush here. And I apologize for my dogs. If you guys can hear them in the background, they are stinkers. Okay, so now we're just going to glue our word on, glue our little gingerbread girl on. And then I added some twine to the top. It felt a little unfinished, so I added some little white beads, and I think that finished it up perfectly. So that is all I have for you guys today. As always, you'll have to let me know which project was your favorite. And go check out Jackie's channel. Tell her I said hi and that I sent you. And I hope that you guys have a happy, healthy, and blessed day. If you want some more inspiration from my channel, keep watching one of these two videos here. Bye!